All right. Happy Monday morning, everyone. TJ here for low impact workout. For today's class, you will need dumbbells. I have some light ones, but I also have a moderate set. You could use your mat or your floor. So let's get started. All right. So just warming up. And so we're kind of changing the exercises that we did from the last time, and we'll just kind of build on that. So we're going to get on the floor, and I want you to have your shoulders underneath your hands, and then I want your hips right underneath or over your knees. And so what we're going to do is we're going to float the knee above the floor, and then I want you to just kind of kicking. So kicking, and so moving the heel closer to your backside. So you have to keep your core engaged while you're doing the exercise. We won't do this one for too much longer, just so you get used to it. 3, 2, 1. All right, child's pose, sitting back into it. So we're going to start off short in the sense of time, just so you can get used to some of these exercises. All right, let's come out of that. And now I want you to get into either that bridge position or being up on your hands. And I want you to step and touch with your feet out to the side, like so. So think like a jack, like a jumping jack, but horizontal, and then just moving the feet out to the side. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, child's pose again. All right, the next one that we are going to do, so I'm going to show you modified for this particular one, just because it does get a little more interesting the harder we get. But being on the knees, you're going to go into child's pose, and then back to plank, and then back to child's pose, and back to plank. All right, we'll build on that. All right, so ready? Go. So keeping the core engaged. So my body is straight from shoulder, hip to knee. And then I sit back and plank. Sit back and plank. Like I said, we'll build up on this. Great job. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right. So the last one that we're going to do, I have to look at my board because I forget already. All right. So we're going to get back into being on the hands, and we're just going to step and touch in. So it's a mountain climber, but it's a little less just because we're just stepping and tapping in, but still having to keep the core engaged. If you haven't gone, go. So just getting used to this. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, child's pose. We'll do a lot of these just so you kind of get, that weight off your arm. In the sense of like just supporting your arms, having to support you. All right, so let's do it again. All right, so same sort of exercises. All right, shoulders above the hands, and then hips above the knees. Float the knee above the floor, and you're kicking your heels towards your backside. So keeping the core engaged or the belly button drawn in towards the spine. Nice job. Keep it up. If it feels a little better, you could probably walk your feet out just a little bit. still floating, the knee above the floor. 3, 2, 1, just so you have a little more room to work with. And so as we start to do that more, your body will be fully extended and you'll still be bringing your heels to your backside. All right, so for the next one, we're gonna go back to that kind of child's pose and then that plank position, just like so. All right, get ready. 3, 2, 1. All right, so sit back and plank, sit back and plank. Now, if you want, when you get to the plank, you can come up on your toes and take your knees off the floor, but then you really have to keep your body straight. So we're kind of tackling the core exercises and with the cardio aspect of this workout. 3, 2, 1. All right, child's pose again. All right, so for that next one, it's going to be that plank or that plank jack. So almost like the jumping jack, but horizontal. So 1 foot out to the side, alternating. Ready? Go. Now, if for whatever reason you feel like the triceps or the muscles in the back of your arm are starting to become too much, you could come up onto your knee or go down to your elbow and keep doing the motion with the feet out to the side, still keeping the core engaged. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So child's pose again. You feel like it starts to get your heart rate up just from having to support your body. All right, so last one for this round for the cardio. So step and touch. So like our downgraded mountain climber. Ready? Go. Great job. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. All right, child's pose. If you want, you can come up on your knees, shake out your arms. Again, just get that feeling back through there. All right, so we're gonna go one more round. All right, let's do it. So back to kind of that kicking the heel close to the backside. So remember, shoulders above hands, hips above knees. Ready? Last round, go. Like I said, you can walk, push your knees farther back if you feel like having them kind of within this whole 90 degrees. If it's too much, just walk it out. Still kind of thinking like heel to butt when we're standing. Keep going. So if this whole motion that we've done before, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Child's pose. Just really trying to help make sure that we're not going right into it with the next one, just to allow the arms to rest. All right, so next, back to that plank, sitting back, child's pose, plank, and sitting back. Ready? Go. So plank, child's pose. Remember, you can come up on your toes when you plank, toes, plank, sorry. So child's pose. Great job. Keep it up. Again, coming up onto the feet in the plank position is optional. Really straightening the body. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, shake it out. Shake out the arms. Nice job. All right, so back to the plank jack. So remember, last one for this round. So shoulders over hands and bringing the feet out to the side. All right, ready? Go. If you feel like the plank is starting to become too much, again, you could either come up on down to your elbows and do that same position, or if you want, you could actually just drop it to the knee and actually just tap the knee out to the side versus the foot. Just make sure that your shoulders are directly over your hands. Really try to keep that in mind as you start to get tired. 3, 2, 1. All right, shake out those arms. Yeah, as you start to get tired, you start to kind of like slip a little bit in your form. All right, so last one for this round. The last one is that mountain climber of the step and touch. Ready? Go. After this, we will get a drink of water. Good job, keeping the core engaged. Great job, keep it up. 3, 2, 1. All right, child's pose. And if you want, come up onto your knees, shake out your arms, get a drink of water. Ooh, that was intense, especially for that upper body, supporting it and feeling it back through the arms. All right. So grabbing your dumbbells, whichever one you choose, whether you're going medium or something lighter, I'll turn towards you so you see what I'm doing. All right, bend from the hip, flat back, and we're gonna do a row, and then back down, and then row, and back down. So simple as that. I'll start throwing things in there as we start to progress this and make it more challenging. Go if you have not. So as you pull up, elbows by your side, squeezing between your shoulder blades. Great job, keeping the core engaged by keeping the belly button drawn in towards the spine. Nice job. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, so let's work the hamstrings or the back of the leg. So I want you to turn your feet out just slightly. So this is, it's hard to tell by the camera, but my feet are parallel to each other. We're making that kind of equal sign. This time I'm going to turn them out just a little bit. And I'm going to keep my flat back as I go down. back up, back down, and back up. All right, ready? Go. So grabbing your dumbbells or soup cans, or if you have something heavy that you can hold that you feel is fairly equally weighted. No odd shaped objects. By using those things that you have at home, you think very unconventional. You know, you're like, oh, well, this isn't a dumbbell, but it's gonna work. All right, 3, 2, 1, excellent. All right, so the next one that we're going to do is we're actually going to now go lying on our back, and we're going to do our chest press. And so I will slightly kind of turn myself a little bit your way. All right, so both my arms are at 90 degrees, or that L shape, and my elbow is resting on the floor. But with my dumbbell, I'm just going to press one arm at a time. All right, ready, set, go. So press, press. So instead of our standard push-up, we're doing something a little different. And so as you bring that dumbbell down, really try to make sure the elbow is not hitting the floor or it's floating above the floor. And so just press and press. Good job. So again, sticking either with that lighter weight or that medium weight. I'll go up in weight when I'm done showing. 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. All right. So the next one that we are going to do, which should have come before the chest press, but slowly stand back up. All right. So taking your weight, once you feel like, you know, you're like you've caught like your breath and your heart rate isn't all over the place. All right, hold your weight close to your heart, kind of like you're cradling it almost like a wine glass, but close to you. And we're going to squat. All right, so I'll turn. So sitting back into it and imagining like the elbows are going to touch the knees when I push my hip back. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Good job. So my feet are shoulder width apart. And I'm pushing my hip back. I'm going down as far as to either what's comfortable to me or to you. So even if it's partial or a halfway motion. And so ideally you want to keep that weight close to you, and you don't want it to be either down here or too far out in front of you. 3, 2, 1, excellent. All right, shake it out. All right, so that was the end of round 1. So let's move into round 2. I'm gonna grab my heavier weight that I've got, and we're gonna go back to the row. All right, this time I'll get the order right. Okay, so that over row, so just that bend in the hip, flat back, pulling the elbows back and squeezing between the shoulder blades. All right, ready? Go. Nice job. So again, maintaining that flat back And again, be careful that you can hold this position. As you start to get tired, sometimes I tend to see people start to kind of slowly like stand or move their body up to where they're standing, but still pulling those elbows back, keeping those elbows by your side, still keeping that core tight. 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. All right. So next is the one where the feet are slightly angled out, and we're going to bend from the hip. All right. Keep the shoulders back. Ready, set, go. So slight bend in the knee. If you feel like your legs are too straight and maybe you're feeling it in your low back, put that slight bend in the knee. Just a slight bend. If you start to feel like it's almost like you think of a squat, then there's too much bend going on in that knee, in that bend, or the movement is happening at your hip. All right, feeling it in the back of your legs. 3, 2, 1. All right, so before we move down onto the ground, we're going to do our goblet squat just for better order, in the sense of not standing up, getting back down, and then standing up again. All right, so goblet squat. Hold one dumbbell this time. All right, feet shoulder width apart, sitting back into it. And again, imagining like elbows are going to touch your knees with your hip pushed back. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. So holding that dumbbell close to you, close to your chest. Doing it this way is a little more manageable, I feel, for some people, versus if you were to imagine like having a bar on your back. Sometimes that does make it a little interesting when you're moving through the motion. Keep the core engaged, squeezing through your glutes when you stand up. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, now let's move it onto the floor. All right, so lying back. And again, that 90 degrees within the arm. And remember, we're going to press up one arm at a time. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So again, press one arm at a time. Try not to let the elbow hit the floor. And again, imagining like it's a push-up, because you're supposed to feel it in your chest or the muscles in the front upper part of your body. Keep pressing, maintaining that 90 degrees within your arms, and just being careful not to let the arm fall in like so, where your wrist is getting closer to your shoulder. Keep that wrist above your elbow. 3, 2, 1. All right, stand up slowly, just so that the blood kind of all, in this case, rushing to your head, standing up, that you're not getting dizzy. All right, so let's do it again. All right, so round number 3. Okay, so grabbing your dumbbells again. I'm going to stick with my moderate weight, and we're going to the row. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Great job. Good job. Still keeping those elbows as you pull them up and by your side. Squeezing between the shoulder blades so you feel it through the muscles in your back or between the shoulder blades themselves. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right. Next is again that turning out of the feet. It's that deadlift or the muscles for the back of the legs. Remember that that motion is happening from your hip, not through the knee. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So bend from the hip, keep the back flat, keep the shoulders back, keep your belly button drawn in towards your spine. Nice job. Excellent. 3, 2, 1. All right, drop one dumbbell. You only need one. All right. So holding that dumbbell like your wine glass, feet shoulder width apart. Last squat. Ready? Go. Excellent. So still bending from the hip or sitting back into it and bending with the knees, keeping the core engaged, trying to be focused, especially on the exercises and not thinking about other things, which I know can be challenging. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, so let's move it down to the floor. The last chest press that we're going to do. All right, so arms at 90, elbows out by your side. If it helps, you could actually angle them in a little bit or move it closer to your side this way, especially if you have any shoulder issues, and still doing that alternating press. All right, ready, set, go. So if you're doing the one where your elbows are still angled in a little bit, you could still maintain that 90 degrees within the arm itself, even if the arms aren't out by the side, like so. Excellent, keep going. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Put your dumbbells down. Slowly come up. Grab yourself a drink of water. Again, just be careful when you stand up that your blood isn't rushing while either from your head down to the rest of your extremities or vice versa and feeling dizzy. So we're going to go into the next one, which we're going to see how many we can do. So we're going to do a bicep curl, something pretty easy. Hands out, facing out. We're going to curl up and down. So if you need your lighter dumbbells, Grab your lighter dumbbells. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So elbows by your side and just curling or moving the hands from where they're down by your waist up towards the chest. Nice job. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, so now we're going to go into the kickback. So where your elbows are pinned by your side, bending from the hip and kicking the weight back. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So keep those elbows pinned by your side. If the weight is either too heavy or you start to get tired, your elbows start to kind of move down as if you think you're going to do a row. But remember, you're just kicking back from the elbows. So the motion should be happening from your elbow and straightening that arm and feeling it through the back. 3, 2, 1. All right, shake it out for a moment. Shake, shake, shake. All right, grab your dumbbells again. And we're going to go back to the bicep curl. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So again, elbows pinned by your side. If the weight starts to get too heavy, what you could do if you only had like one set of dumbbells is you could just move to one dumbbell and just holding on to the ends and then just moving through it that way. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, so we're going to move into the tricep kickback. Now with this one, if your arm's starting to get tired, you could alternate which dumbbell or each dumbbell that kicks back with your arm. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. So keeping the shoulders back, squeezing between your shoulder blades, keeping your elbows pinned by your side are all very helpful. Again, if the arms start to get tired, you can alternate between the arms, or you could just rest completely for a few seconds. Great job. 3, 2, 1. All right, set them down for a moment. Shake, shake, shake. So we're going to do one more round for each. All right, so back to the bicep curl. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. If the arm starts to get tired, again, either changing to just one dumbbell and doing it this way, or alternating and just one arm at a time. All right, keep going. So we've got one more of the tricep kickback, and we'll be done, and we'll stretch really fast. 3, 2, 1. All right, still last at the kickback. If you have some lighter dumbbells, you can always switch to those. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So keeping those elbows pinned by your side. Keeping the core engaged. Slight bend in the knee. Remember that bend from the hip. And again, you can alternate your arms if you start to get tired, especially through the back, which is bound to happen at some point in time. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, let's stretch it out for a moment. So keep your head above your heart when you're stretching through the back of the leg. So keeping your head above your heart and not dropping that head below your heart when you're doing this stretch, just so the blood doesn't rush to your head, but feeling it through the back of the legs. Slight bend in the knee. All right, reach over, feeling the stretch in your back. If you want, you can stand with your feet close together. Just be a little careful about balance. Either way. All right, other side. So again, either feet apart, reach over, or feet together. Just when your feet are together, you feel that stretch kind of move down into the hip a little bit, but it does require some balance just because you're more stable here than you are with feet together. All right, interlock your fingers, either back behind your head, pushing your elbows back, or lifting behind you. And just feeling that stretch through your chest. Good job. All right. Okay, stay on for express abs, which will be happening here in a couple of minutes. Otherwise, you guys have a great day.